Okay, yesterday I talked a little bit about coming up with a word that can kind of remind you of what your intention is this year rather than New Year's resolutions. And today I want to ask you, what is your why? Like, why do you want to recover? Why are you watching this video? My guess is that you want to recover if you're watching this video, or any of these videos related to eating disorder recovery. So what is your why? When we lose sight of our why in recovery, it starts to feel, recovery starts to feel impossible. It starts to feel like, what's the point? Like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm getting nowhere. My life is, much better before I attempted recovery. We start to kind of glamorize what the eating disorder really felt like and what it was doing to our lives once we kind of enter into recovery, and it feels so awful. Suddenly the eating disorder doesn't feel as awful. But you have to understand there's this bridge that you have to cross before it gets better. So like in your eating disorder, you're fed up, you decide you're going to tackle recovery, you start recovery, and then you feel even worse sometimes. I mean, you go through your honeymoon phase and then like reality hits and you're like, wow, this is really, really hard. I don't know if I can keep doing this. And then that's usually the stage when people, at least in my coaching I've experienced, and for sure myself in recovery, was when I was like, maybe the eating disorder wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't that, it was kind of bad, but it wasn't like the worst thing in the world. Like there's way worse things. Like I still was able to like, at least I ate, and like I could go out with friends. I mean, I had to like order a salad with like the dressing on the side, but I could still like go. And like we went on vacations. It's not like I couldn't go, but it was just like I had to get up at 5 and work out before we did anything. And then I had to like be weird and pack my own food. And the houseboat thing I've talked about, like, yeah, I can go houseboating, it's totally fine, but I can have like extreme anxiety about not being able to go to the gym when I am, on that vacation, and I have to pack 3 coolers with my meal prep. And so it's like, when you actually talk it out, it's like, that's hell, that's horrible, that's the worst quality of life. But when you're in the thick of an eating disorder, or when you're in the thick of recovery, it suddenly is like, it's really blurred. So that's why it's important to focus on your why, because your why is going to be your constant throughout recovery. It's going to be like, eye on the prize. You're not stopping until you get there. So maybe your why is to be better in your career. Maybe your why is to be a better mom. Maybe your why is to be a better friend. Maybe your why is just because you want to be free from this, like because you're sick of living in this prison, this mental prison. But I think it's important to write it out very specifically why you are trying to recover. So when it gets hard, you can lean on that. So for me, honestly, like all those other things I listed, yeah, I wanted to be a better mom, I wanted to be a better wife, all those things, but it really came down to this like intrinsic desire, burning desire to no longer live with my eating disorder anymore. Like I wasn't certain, there's no certainty that recovering from the eating disorder was going to make me a better mom or make me a better spouse or a better friend or even happier for that matter. I didn't know, there wasn't a certainty there. I had to kind of just gamble and just hope and pray that it was going to somehow be better than where I was when I was practicing or actively engaging in my eating disorder. And I can tell you that it is so much better. Like, is my life perfect? I don't know. Maybe I'm not a better spouse or a better mom. I'm probably not, but I'm happier. So to me, it's like, but I don't live with the nightmare thoughts and the compulsive OCD thoughts that would just completely consume me every day. And so a lot of times people fear entering recovery because it's like there's no certainty. Like I want to guarantee that I'm going to be successful when I recover. I want to guarantee that this is going to be worth it. And I can't give you that as a coach. I can't. But if you have a why that's intrinsic, that's truly like, I want this for me, I want to be done with this, it's going to carry you throughout your recovery. And I've seen people conquer things that they never thought that they could. Mostly, I would say the number one thing that I see is that fear of weight gain. People that say that they can't go on, they can't do it, they can't do it, they can't do it. And it's breaking them and they're going to give up, and they don't because they hold on to that why, and they come out on the other side and realize, I did that. I did that. Maybe they don't absolutely love their body, but they've learned how to accept it and they moved on with their life. And I see them change. I see the mental shift, but I see it in their face, in their eyes. I see that joy, like in that life, come back into them. So if you're sitting here listening to this and you're questioning, is recovery worth it? I don't know. I just can't deal with the weight gain. It's worth it. It really, really is. So hopefully that was helpful for you. And I can't guarantee that I'm going to be making a video every day, but I figured while I was in the groove of it from yesterday, I'll carry on to today. So hopefully you'll hear from me soon. Okay, have a good day.